Welcome in, my dear one. Mia here. I'm so grateful for your presence. I can't wait to get into this tarot reading today. This is so exciting for me. We are taking a look at everything about your soulmate. And it is going to be just as fun and juicy as it sounds. Let's get going. I can't wait to dive into this. We're going to take a look at everything that the energy wants to show us for this. I am going to pull cards and cards and cards and just see what is popping up for your person. But also, is there anything keeping you from your person? Are there things that we need to know that are around your person? Everything. Third party things going on. Things that are blocking them, keeping them from you. What amazing things wait in store for you. What would, just everything. So what I want you to do is just release anything that you don't need right now. Really let yourself show up and be present for yourself. Be here now. Okay, now what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to choose between these two crystals. So we have rose quartz and we have citrine. We have rose quartz as our number 1. We have citrine as our number 2. Rose quartz is our number 1. Citrine is our number 2. Let your intuition kick in and choose between these two crystals right now. Hello, my rose quartz. I can't wait to do this reading with you. I really do feel such good energy, and I can't wait to just dive in and get started. So let's do it. Let's dive in and let's get started. I want to start in our gold deck because, I love that gold deck energy, and I want to see what masculine energy is pulling up for this soulmate of yours. What do we have for this soulmate of yours? What are we seeing for your soulmate? Just everything that you need to know. Now, I am starting, just going with the feeling, seeing what needs to be pulled, what needs to be seen here. Actually, I'm feeling a whole lot over here. Oh, yeah. Okay. So actually, all right, we're still pulling cards. Still got some more messages that want to come through for you. Yeah. Okay, so we have a lot. We have 2, 4, 6, we have 7 cards. So we're starting with the 9 of Wands. We have the 6 of Cups. We have the Ace of Wands. We have the Queen of Wands. We have the 8 of Cups. We have the Strength card, and we have the 6 of Swords reversed. So if you will notice for me, I just want to draw your attention to the cup and wand action that we have. We have a lot of wand action. So we have 3 wands cards. We have the 9 of Wands, we have the Ace of Wands, and the Queen of Wands. And then we have the 6 of Cups and the 8 of Cups in the cups. So our only, right now, major arcana card is the Strength card. And then we have 6 of Swords reversed. So here's what this is telling me that's going on right now. This person, your soulmate, first of all, they are coming out of a place where they've been hurt. And this is really big in their energy. This is the first card that we are pulling for them, period. This is the first thing that's coming up for them. So really, truly, they are in a space where they're a little hesitant. And this card reminds me, you might have heard my Rocky analogy of being knocked out boxer style and getting back up to have this finale of, how I'm getting back in the fight. That kind of feeling. It also reminds me, I saw a little video of a dog once, and this dog ran full force into a glass door. And then ever since then, this little dog, before going through this open door, no glass, no door at all, but they're scared of it. They put their little paw out and try to step through and make sure that there's nothing there. They're hesitant. They're a little scared. They're a little trepidatious. And they're kind of just making sure, is everything safe for me to go through here? And that is kind of how I feel like this person is. They're a little bit more hesitant. They're not as carefree. They don't have that feeling of the fool, totally open, ready to fall off a cliff. They're a little more, reserved. They're protecting themselves. They're still just getting back up into things. Now, I do have the 6 of Cups, so this tells me that your relationship is going to feel like it. This can be a very nostalgic card. It's just home. It feels like the past. It feels like everything I've known before, that I've known you in every life. I've known you in every existence. I've known you my whole life, even though we're just actually meeting now. My cells know your cells. This feels so familiar. It feels so good. It feels so right. And it just fits. that is how it's going to feel with your soulmate. Now, the Ace of Wands is telling me, now this is a different kind of message actually. So the Aces bring new opportunities, and this is telling me that there is a new opportunity for passion, for this feeling, this fiery feeling which comes with our wands, which can get into career space. So this could be a career that you're pursuing. This could be just a passion you're pursuing, something that you want to, you've been really thinking about moving forward on. You've really wanted to, write a book or become this visual artist, or something you feel very passionate about. This could be something very creative. But there's an opportunity there that you should be pursuing in order to land with your soulmate. This doesn't mean you haven't already landed with your soulmate. You can be with your soulmate right now, but for that relationship to fully come to that peak pinnacle point of like, here we are in our fullest self, you should really be pursuing those opportunities that light you up, that feel like, oh yeah, this is what I was made to do. Because it's going to be important for you and your person. And if you haven't met your soulmate yet, then that is an important part of meeting your soulmate. And I don't know why that information is not coming through, but that it's important for you to be pursuing what lights you up is important. That is coming through. Now we have the Queen of Wands here, and I love the Queen of Wands. This tells me that your person like really sees the fiery aspects of you, that you are fired up, you are lit up about life, which is perhaps why you need to be pursuing the things that light you up, so you can be on full display, so you can be your full glorious self, and they can see you in your divine essence of who you are, which is lit up, pursuing, going after, just really no obstacles, being creative, being passionate, being purposeful, living within your purpose, pursuing it relentlessly, just really living in this space. There's also an optimism in this space, and it is following your intuition as well, living in a space where you are also following your intuition. Now we have the Eight of Cups here right behind that. Now this is telling me that this person, as we know that they've come out of this hurt space and they are kind of standing back up to things. This is a big part of who they are at this moment, because it is the first card we pulled for them. This is also telling me that they are actively moving away from all of this heart space, the things that caused them so much heart space. That they had a lot of feelings, they had a lot of emotions about it, but they are actively walking away from it. And it is, but still, it's a big part of their energy. This is the second card we're having from this, then we're also having the Six of Swords reversed. So it's a big part of who they are right now, that there's a big part that's still really gobbled up by this thing they've just come out of. So it's important to be patient, to know that just because this person isn't as outgoingly pursuing of you, that might not mean anything. And I'm not saying they won't be, but if they're not, that could just be that they are coming from a very hurt space and they need to put their little paw through the open door to make sure that they're not going to get hurt again. They're still sort of figuring that space out. Now, the Strength card pops up here. I love pulling the Strength card in a relationship reading because it makes me think so many glorious things about a relationship. First of all, that you are uniquely paired to each other, that there is a piece of you and a piece of them that is uniquely suited to one another. That what you're bringing to the table, your best traits, really match very well with what they are bringing to the table and their best traits. It also tells me that there's probably a very good masculine-feminine dynamic going between the two of you, where you're really allowed to like joyously be in your divine feminine, and they are very joyously allowed to be in their divine masculine, and they will feel very much like a man. And you'll feel very much like, just that energy of that feminine energy when you are together. And I really like that. I also, it just that uniqueness of the pairing, how uniquely you are paired, that perhaps it would be a very difficult thing to pair with someone else, or to be so well paired in any other, sort of scenario, that you are sort of uniquely made for one another. Okay, now we have the Six of Swords reversed. So this is also sort of telling me that they're leaving a lot of that heart space behind. They are stepping back up into things, but they are having a hard time leaving those thoughts behind. Those thoughts just sort of keep on coming and keep on coming. Now they keep trying, they're working on it, but this is still kind of plagued by the thought space. Our swords get into that thought space, intelligence space, the truth space. So there's probably also a part of them doesn't really know what was true in their previous relationship and what wasn't. They're just unclear. They don't have a full understanding of what exactly happened. And because of that, it makes it very hard for them to trust themselves and to trust their knowledge, their intelligence, their intuition about where they are with a person when they're in a relationship. And so that can make them a little extra skittish when we're talking about being in a relationship with you. Okay, I want to go ahead and jump into our old trusty deck. So I want to see what we need to know about your soulmate from our old trusty deck. And I love our old trusty deck, which of course you know. Just gives such great answers. So these are always usually things that we really need to know, not necessarily what is like the most fun to hear, but sometimes it's the most fun to hear, actually. We'll see what she's dishing up today. So let's see what we've got. So the first card that I pulled of the entire pull in our gold deck, 9 of Wands. The first card that I pulled from our old trusty deck, the very first card, the 9 of Wands. We have duplicate cards. This is strong. They are really, really getting over something. So they've been very badly hurt and they are very much so this really can't be underestimated. I almost put them in the wrong spots, but they are going to be almost, right above each other, next to each other. So this is really telling us that seriously, for real, this person is really getting over something. They really have been hurt before. It is taking a lot of effort and a lot of strength for them to get back up to a standing position. So you really, truly will have to be patient with this person. Not only will you really, truly have to be patient with this person, you'll have to have a lot of understanding and a lot of, you kind of have to hang in with this person a little bit, because it's like if you got into the boxing ring with, Rocky after he'd already been smashed to the ground and he's getting back up, you kind of have to let him get his feet a little bit, or you would just leave before they really had a chance to be the fullest expression of themselves, or for you to see what potential lies there for you. So I feel like this is almost acting a little bit more as a warning than it is just acting as a, let me inform you where this person is right now. It's sort of saying, hey, this is really important for you to know, because you could give up on this thing too early if you don't know that this person is really been very much hurt by the past and is really just getting back up into things. Knowing that, you can have more patience, you can take more time, you can give some more allowances for them to be a little slower in the process, or for them to be a little more hesitant. Now, our next card that we have in this deck is the Death card. Then we have the 5 of Swords. Then we have the Moon. And then we have the 6 of Swords. The last card we pulled in our gold deck was 6 of Swords reversed, of them not really being able to let go of those thoughts of that person, that those thoughts just keep kind of circulating for them. They don't know what the truth is anymore. They're not sure of what their truth is, what was true or was not true in that previous relationship. This is very interesting. Cards are delivering. They're telling us all the messages. So first message that's coming through with the Death card is that they are working on putting this to rest, and they will. This is your person. You are meant to be together with this person. It is not about this past person. This past person was not their person. You are their person. But it's gonna, although we know it's gonna take some time, and we are getting that message loud and clear that they are standing back up into things, they are going to be able to release this fully and completely. They are going to be able to let go of the past fully and completely. They will have that capability to fully and completely put this to rest. So if you start getting into this relationship with this person and you're like, I don't know, I don't want to compete with their baggage. I don't want to compete with their ex. I don't want to compete with their past. Look how much back and forth I'm having to do and how many allowances I'm having to make. But this is your person. Then it's not always going to be like this. It's just going to take some time. But once it does, they're going to let it go completely. They have the capability to let it go completely. Now, the 5 of Swords is popping up here, and I find this very interesting. So this is a kind of brutal card. And I feel like there's a piece of them that needs to be a little bit brutal about their past. And the thoughts, the space, the trust issues, that they need to get to a space where they're they can be a little sharp and a little mean about what happened in their past, that they can own their sort of divine anger about what happened and take it back. Take back what was taken from them. Let themselves be a little brutal about just owning their own feelings. Now, I don't know if this is something you'll really go through with them. You might get glimpses of it, but it might be something they really do more internally than they do with you, which I would assume would be a sort of smart thing for them to do. But I do feel like you might get little whiffs of that, little waves of that come through, that you're like, oh, that's some funny energy, and you might feel that energy coming through. Now we have the moon here popping up, which is a secretive card. This does get into, this could be duplicity, this could get into hidden things that just aren't out in the light. And I do think that there are some aspects of this person, and I really do feel like a lot of this has to do with whatever relationship they are just coming out of. Could be something else, of course, but that is what I'm really feeling, that there are some secrets there, there's some truths there, there's some things there that they are not gonna want to share with you. And I don't know if this is something you'll ever get to know. This might be something that you will never get to really fully know the full truth of it. So I do think they were hurt in a very real way, and I don't know that you're going to know the full extent of why or how or what happened. I'm not sure that you'll get the full extent of what went down in that relationship. But I think you'll get I think you might uncover some of those things, and I think they might be honest and open about some of those things at some point. But they're hidden for now, and they certainly have the potential to be hidden moving forward in the future. My rings are clanging and making a lot of noise, so forgive me if I'm making clanging ring noises. So now I also have the Six of Swords. Now this is up right now. Now this is coming in, and this is telling me that they are thinking a lot about their ex now, but they are not going to be. They are going to be able to let this go and move forward and move on with their life. Those thoughts have been coming up about their ex, the feelings of like not trusting themselves, their feelings of not understanding what the truth actually was. They're coming to a realization and understanding of their own truth, and they are getting ready to leave all of it behind. But it will take them time. That's not where they are right now, and that's not where you'll probably spend some time with them, in that other space of not being able to completely let it go. Really good answers coming through from our cards. Do you want to stay in our old trusty deck for a moment? I kind of do. I kind of want to pull 2 more cards just to keep us even. I just want to keep us even, and I kind of feel like our cards want that too. So let's see what 2 additional cards are popping up for you. We have the King of Wands, my Queen of Wands. And we have the Six of Pentacles. These are both beautiful. I love this. All right, so we pulled our Queen of Wands over here in our gold deck in our first pulls. And this is how they see you, with all of your ferocity on display. Now, this tells me that you two, well, you are very well matched, aren't you? So my Queen of Wands and my King of Wands, you are both extremely passionate people. Now, not only do you seem very well matched for what is naturally given to you, but I do also believe that you become better versions of yourself within this relationship, that you empower each other, you motivate each other, you become more explosive versions of yourselves. There's a lot of physical attraction between the two of you. You both feel very fiery about it. There's a lot of passion between the two of you. You're both creative people. You both think outside of the box. You both have this entrepreneurial spirit. You both have this way of pursuing what you desire relentlessly, of pursuing the things that are important to you, really holding things close to you, and not giving things up easily. You really sort of relentlessly keep coming back for what you know to be yours, and you're very passionate, very purposeful. I love it. I love it. And he is in his real seat of power, and you guys both have a very strong seat of power within you, that you are strong human beings, and you are a strong power couple too. You just make each other stronger. And then we have the Six of Pentacles, which really just tells me, and I am not wrong. This is our first Pentacles pull. I don't think that money is a big issue in this relationship. That doesn't mean you don't have it. I think you could very well have it. You're both so Queen of Wands, King of Wands. This is power. This is a power space that like money probably just abounds. But I don't think it's a thing for you. I don't think it's a big thing for you. That it's not something that you guys have to think about very much. It's not something that motivates and drives you as a couple to be together. Now this tells me that there's probably a lot of generosity between the two of you, and I am feeling this in an items way. So this could be a lot of financial generosity between the two of you, that you both are so free to give each other whatever the other person needs. But it also can be like of things of the earth, giving, different types of security, and giving like you want to give a beautiful meal, and you want to give a beautiful space, and they want to give their protection and provide a beautiful space, and just this very generous relationship of giving and receiving that you both have together, which I love too, which also makes sense with those masculine feminine roles that we see with our strength card that we pulled in the very beginning. Okay, let's continue on, shall we? All right, I want to take a look in our pink cards, just to see if there's anything that you need to do to unblock yourself. We know that this person is coming out of their Nine of Wands energy twice over. So we know that this is big stuff happening for them, which can very much act as a block. But I want to see if there's anything for you that we need to know. We did get that little sort of warning for you, but I just want to see if there's anything for you that we need to know that might be coming up as a block for you, for fully realizing and being able to step into this. So I'm only pulling 3 cards actually. I have the Knight of Swords, I have the Chariot, boy, I have the Queen of Swords. How fascinating. So I am feeling like you are coming out of something. There's someone in your past who has Knight of Swords energy that is acting as a romantic block for you. Someone who's very smart, very sharp, just comes with all this energy. Now this is tough because this energy is moving. It is rocketing forward. The Chariot's popping up here as a block too. So I think you love that energy. I think you love it when someone wants to come in and sweep you off your feet, which makes sense why this Nine of Wands energy could be something that could totally mess you up. Someone who is not running forward, someone who is not sweeping you off your feet, someone who is not running. This is not fast-moving energy. This is that slow, paw through the door energy, which is probably hard on you. That's probably difficult. I think you love that, velocity. Let's move through this. Let's get into it. This doesn't feel super patient to me. With the Chariot right there next to it too. So I am feeling that you probably have this, let's make this happen. It's got to be now. It's got to be soon. Let's go. I want it done yesterday. You probably have this sort of explosive, fast-moving energy yourself. But there's also this person who's coming in as a block who has this explosive, fast-moving energy too, but probably showed up as being a little unstable and actually wasn't a good fit for you. Now we have the Queen of Swords, which is telling me that with this person, I think you have a feeling that, with this person, you felt like you were a very smart, capable human being, that you just really your mentality, your mental acuity, your intelligence, your truth seeing, all of that felt so on point when you were with this previous person. Also though, this is telling me that I think this coming up as a block is saying to me that you might also have this real solid foundation, that you are smart, you are truth seeing, you do have this intelligence, but you might have fallen into a space where you're like, oh yeah, whatever I think here, that's a rule now, and now I'm going to move in a different direction. So when this person's moving slow, that could make your little, truth radar say, not for me, this isn't the person, turning in another direction, I'm moving on. And I trust myself to do that because I trust my intelligence and my truth radar so much that I'm going to go do that. But this is saying you might want to reevaluate that. Just don't get too relaxed in what you know and what you know to know. That made no sense, but I do think you know what I mean. Just not to relax too much into the previous patterns that you've had with your own decision making, your own intelligence skills, your own, let yourself reevaluate a little bit. Let yourself take more time, make a decision a little bit slower than you might normally. Let yourself do those things. Okay. Now let's go ahead and move on. I want to move to our white deck for some clarity. So I just want a little clarification on anything that's out here that's really important for you. So I'm actually not going to ask a clarifying question. I'm just going to ask for clarity. So I'm asking your angels, I'm asking your guides, anyone you ascribe to, your higher self, for any guidance here and clarification that we need to know about your person. Anything we need to know about your person. Anything we need to know about your person, this incoming person. This person, this person, this person. I'm only pulling 3 cards again. Oh, and they're all reversed cards. So interesting. We have the 7 of Wands reversed, Ace of Cups reversed. And this is not just like a big deck of reversed cards. This is like plenty of upright cards in this deck. We have, and we have the 7 of Pentacles reversed. So this is telling me, first of all, the Ace of Cups reversed. So we're asking for clarity, we're asking for guidance, and I think that there might be a feeling of hopelessness a little bit around you right now. There might be something that's really important for you to recognize and sort of call out if you feel it. A feeling that like there's a cessation, a stopping of new and beautiful heart experiences for you. That there might be a feeling like it's too late, it's over, the time is done, it's not for me, you know. And there might be a feeling that there might be some hopelessness, some feeling like it's just not coming in for you. And that's a really important thing to just say out loud. And I really think that's it, that we just have to acknowledge that you might feel that way, and that it's just a feeling, doesn't make it true, and it's not true. And just call it out for what it is, so that you can let the universe handle it. Just, you don't have to deal with that energy. Just call it out, just unearth it, and just dig up a little earth. And now we also have the 7 of Pentacles reversed. So I also think that there's like, again, this kind of gloom over this whole romantic process that feels like I'm tired of waiting. I'm tired of trying to invest in this. I'm tired of trying to be optimistic and watch it grow and see how I'm exhausted by the process of this. I'm exhausted by, like, I just want it to have happened already. Now that impatience really does get into that blocked feeling with your Chariot energy of like, I want it to have happened yesterday. I'm ready for like intense movement forward. I'm ready for it to have already I want it to be fast moving. But so there's a little danger here of this sort of self-sabotage because it's not moving fast enough when it's the right thing. And if it's the right thing, it will eventually move fast. It's just got to be at the right, it just might not be at the right speed in the very beginning. So then we also have the 7 of, so this is our second 7, our 7 of Wands reversed here. So it also gets into the feeling of sort of falling backwards downhill. Like you had covered so much ground, you were really holding and maintaining your ground, but maybe you got impatient, maybe you're getting impatient, maybe it's just too exhausting to keep it up, and so you're ready to kind of backslide into maybe old habits, ready to backslide into an old mentality, into an old space that does not serve you anymore, that is not for you, it is not yours, it's not what you really want for yourself. I'm finding it's all very, very interesting. I'm going to pull one last card. This is from a totally separate deck, so I'm moving completely into a separate black deck over here. I just want to pull one last card for you to wrap us up. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. It means the world to me, means the world to the team. Also, please like this video, comment on this video. I read all the comments. I want to see what you have to say about all of this, about your soulmate. Oh, there it is. There she is. Okay, so we have the 8 of Wands reversed, which is our fastest moving card. This is a very fast moving card, and it is reversed. Things are going to be slow, but things are going to be slow so that they can be easy and so fast. Your natural inclination for things to be fast and to be driven and to be in motion, that's a good thing. It's a beautiful thing. Honor yourself for that. But don't burn yourself down for that. Don't ruin opportunities for that. Or get super pessimistic if it's not in that space. Honor that part of you that is so fast moving, but let yourself slow it on down. Let yourself be nice and slow. Maybe it doesn't feel easy. Maybe it doesn't feel like, oh, I just have to trust the universe to take me down this river. It might not feel like that. It might feel like, oh, this is a lot of like stop and go and stalling out and starting up and da 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 da. It doesn't feel like it's just fast and easy and nice, which is what I expect the love of my life to be like. But this is saying like, hey, that might be how it is in the beginning, and that's okay. That doesn't mean it won't be fast. It doesn't mean this won't flip over and you can just trust the universe and trust this relationship, because you can, and it will. But first of all, it's going to be slow, and it's going to be stop and go traffic for a little bit, and that's okay. So take a breath into that. Don't let that get you down. Don't let that get you pessimistic. I think we got some good answers here for today. If you want to do a deeper dive, I will make sure there is a link below so that you can do a deeper dive. I love soulmate readings. I love getting into the nitty gritty. I love it. I would love to hear what you have to say about it. Okay, I'm sending you love. Mwah. I'm sending you so much light. I'm going to see you again so soon. Until then, Mia. Welcome in, my beautiful citrine. I'm so excited to do this reading with you, so let's get going. Let's dive in. I want to start with our old trusty deck because I just love this deck and I love the answers that we get, and I'm excited to start with some real truths. Let's find out about your soulmate. I am tapping into your soulmate's energy. That is what I am asking our old trusty deck to give us answers about. Anything that we need to know, and I am feeling some expansive energy. Let that energy be expansive for you too. Just imagine the energy around you just sort of opening up wider and wider and wider and wider. Just letting things start to fall in, moving in, energy falling and moving in. 2, 4, 6, 7 cards. 7 cards in our first pull, which is what we pulled on our first reading, and I did not plan for that to go that way, but that's what we've got. So we're starting this entire thing with the 7 of Pentacles. We have another 7 right behind that with the 7 of Cups. Then we have the Moon, our first major arcana card popping up here. We have the Knight of Swords. We have the 9 of Swords. We have the King of Pentacles. And we have the Knight of Pentacles. Oh, we're getting such good information about your person. And let's dive in. Our first 2 7 cards. 7 of Pentacles and the 7 of Cups. This is telling me that your person... Okay, so first of all, your person has been waiting for you. They have been patiently just really trying to be patient, really trying to keep their hopes up, trying to just keep investing. They're investing in their life. They're investing in their habits. They're investing in their routines. They're investing in themselves. They are investing in you, even if you are not in their life already. They have been investing in a way that to make the life that you two have together better. They have been growing things around them, and they have been patient about it. They have been I know what's coming is so good, and I know that it's going to be fruitful, and it's going to be everything that I want, so I'm going to be so patient about this. That, at times and in moments, it's been maybe a little too much, and it's asking for too much patience, but they also have just been so good about it. They have really been patiently, diligently doing the work. Now, they also have the 7 of Cups coming in right after that. And I'm feeling like when they are feeling impatient and they are starting to get into their imagination space because things are starting to sort of expand out around them, they do sort of get into a space of the imaginary where they're imagining all the good things, they're imagining the bad things. They're kind of living in this semi-imaginary world right now where they're just sort of imagining how they're going to, create a life with you, what it's going to look like. Now, this tells me that they might be coming in with a lot of expectations. So that's good to know about, and it's also a good thing to be very forgiving of, because nobody wants all the expectations on them. Ooh, no, get your expectations off me. That should be a t-shirt. Get your expectations off me. That kind of feeling might pop up for you at some point, that okay, all right, this is a lot, but I know that you have been doing all of this diligent work. I know that you've been putting in all of this work, and that's why you've had the time to let your imagination run away with you to create those expectations in the first place. So be very forgiving of that. Let yourself be very forgiving of that. And that's popping up right away in the beginning. So that tells me that might be an immediate turn off for you, or that might be an immediate thing you notice where you're like, I don't know, well, how come, they have these kinds of routines in their life? How come, like I feel this, this sort of structure of their dream of what they want for themselves. Like, I don't want to conform or fit into that. Like, I feel a little like I need to go run away from that. Give it a little breather, okay, just sit into it for a moment. Know that that might be there so you can walk in a little bit further and see what is actually here. Because we have the moon next. So this tells me there are a lot of secret things too. There's a lot that you are not going to get to know about this person right away. You are going to feel like you are banging your head against a wall when you are trying to get to the thing that you can feel it. You know it's there. There is something that is hidden underneath of this person that's just, like it's in the fabric of them, that their vulnerabilities, their ability to be open and be so vulnerable, it is hard for them. It is hard for them to bring it out to the sun. It is hard for them to expose themselves. It is hard for them to be vulnerable and to trust that you are going to be gentle with their vulnerabilities. It is hard for you to get to know them in the beginning. That is going to be difficult, to really feel like you have an understanding of the depth of who they are and their intimate truths, because you will feel that there's something I'm not getting. There's something I am not reading here. And there's something that I don't feel like I get to know all of you. And that worries me, that I should feel like I know you already, that we're familiar already. Don't be worried by that. That's just a part of this process with this person. Now, right behind that, we have the Knight of Swords. Now, the Knight of Swords is awfully interesting because we do have the Knight of Pentacles a little bit later on. We also have the King of Pentacles coming up here. Now, this tells me that the first thing you might notice about this person is you might think this person is a little bit casual. So here is my feeling, is that this person's been very diligent and very patient for a long time, and they have some expectations that they maybe want to throw on you. I'm not giving you all the nicest, the best things. I'm giving you the things that our old trusty deck wants you to know. Our old trusty is like, hey, we want you to end up with your person. So this is the stuff you really need to know, as how to not ruin it, not burn it down before you ever get started. This person may come in really hot. I have been waiting for you. I feel the potential here. I want to run in. And you might get a feeling like, no, I don't trust that. I don't trust you. You're moving too fast. You got secrets. I can't get a full feeling off of what lies underneath of that. And you're just hustling towards me, and that makes me feel nervous, that maybe you're unstable. All the things that are coming around. And then comes our Nine of Swords. So we also still have this sword. So they've got this truth within them. They've got this knowledge. They've got this incisiveness. They're so smart. And they really are a very, very smart person. But they also have these sort of obsessive thoughts, these things that sort of do swirl around in their brain, that worry them, that keep them awake, that they might even be running away from. Now, what I love right after this is our old trusty deck is like, hey, boom. We have the King of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Pentacles right behind that. So our old trusty deck says, hey, underneath all of this stuff that you are very likely to walk away from before you can get to know them, what you need to know is that underneath of it, it is good. This is a person you can create a life with. This is a person who has just good stuff planted, and they plant it and they plant it and they grow it and they grow it. You don't even know how much until you really get to know them, and that could take a little bit of time, and that's okay. What they have is precious. They have this fatherly energy. They have this protector, provider energy. They have this way of showing up that is gentle. It is not this fierce, ferocious energy that they start off with. And maybe it's that they're coming on too strong in the beginning. It just doesn't feel like their most authentic self, because it's not their most authentic self. They're not revealing all their truths right away. They are they do have this little thing that they might be running away from mentally, that they're not exposing to you. So there is some stuff that's going on in the beginning. But once you get into it, it really sits very good. It's really very, very a solid, good investment. This person has roots that run deep. They grow things around them. They want to grow you. They want to grow with you. They want to make sure you flourish. They want you to be the best version of you. They want to grow you in this world as well. They want to make sure you are materially provided for. They love giving gifts. They love making sure you feel safe in this world, that you are nourished, that you are taken care of, and that you can thrive and your roots can grow deep. They do come in much, much softer once they get into the realness of them. The real version of them, the realness of them comes in much, much softer. It's very easy on the in. They don't have to be show-offy. They don't have to rush anywhere because they are actually very confident in who they are. They are actually a very solid person. Okay, well, I love that. Okay, let's dip over to our gold deck. So I'm going to dip over to our gold deck. We're going to take a look in this deck and just see what this deck has to provide us about this person as well. So I want to know a little bit more about this person. Now, I would also really, if there is anything that the cards want to provide us with, any attributes of this person, their work, what they did, just anything that we might need to know that might be coming up. We would love to hear it. Now, I do think this person is really good at their finances, which means it could be in a financial field. They do have that boss energy. Okay, so here we go. We have the Hierophant. We have the Queen of Swords. We have the Empress reversed. We have the Two of Swords. And we have the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so here we are. So we're starting with the Hierophant. So with the Hierophant, this is telling me that this person could be, I do think that they've got a very strong foundation with their financial self, with the things of this earth, as our pentacles are telling us. Now, this tells me that they could also really be in an education field. They could be an educator of some sort. They could be a professor. They could be, and even if they're not in an education field, they might also just be extremely knowledgeable, where they're just like a fount of knowledge and people sort of rush towards them as an expert. Okay, I feel like some lawn-mowery things are happening outside, so I'm hoping you cannot hear this. We're going to continue on because these messages are good and they're strong. I'll break if I need to, but this is telling me that they're really people go to them for their wisdom in their field. So this could be somebody who's like an incredible entrepreneur who's great with business, but people really come to them for their knowledge in business, and so they've become this kind of guru of knowledge that's part of who they are and what they do. Now we have the Queen of Swords after that. And this tells me this person is extremely attracted to your brain. They love your brain. They love your intelligence. They love the way your mind works. They love the way that they can have conversations with you, where you can have a real understanding of each other, but also that you really understand your own truth and the truth of the world around you, and you honor it and you really sit into it. And they trust your opinions. They want to know your sacred advice. They want to follow your advice, even though that they obviously have tons of wisdom themselves. They still really honor yours, and they want it in their life, and they want to use it and tap it as a resource. So after that, we have the Empress reversed. Now, the Empress reverse is pretty interesting popping up here. So what I'm feeling here is that this is coming in and telling me that you might have a hard time. This part of you, this decisiveness, this truth-seeing, this mental aspect of you might be so reverenced, where you feel so gifted that way and you feel so appreciated that way, that you might not bring your fullest feminine self, your most divine feminine self to the table. That you might just pull this away a little bit, and because you want to sit more into it. You want to cultivate the thing that's getting praised. And this is telling me to tell you, don't pull away from your divine feminine energy. Your most mothering energy, your fertile energy, the energy that is creative and wild and grows over everything, that just makes the ground feel fresh and smell good. This is that feeling of just like you could give birth to the world. You are the mother of the world, that you are just like, things come and they go, and you're so creative and expansive, and time doesn't exist. All of those feelings, I want you to continue to sit into the saturation of those feelings. that is far away from the practical mental aspects that you also own. Wonderful. Own those. But don't lose sight of your divine feminine self either in that process. All right, now the Two of Swords is popping up here. So this tells me, I feel like this is a space where you two are going to enter together, that there will be a crossroads that you two enter at the same time where you decide if this relationship moves forward or not. Remember, this isn't, I'm talking about your soulmate here. This is an important relationship. This is something we should know definitively which direction to go down. But this is important for you to know, because it's important for you to know that you're not going to immediately say, I know this is my person. I feel it. I know it right here, right now. Like, I know which road to go down. It is telling me that you both might have some hesitations, that you both might not realize the fullness of the other person until you get past a certain point, that you may not understand all that the other person brings to the table, that they might not understand all that you bring to the table until you get past a certain point, that there might actually be a moment and a crossroads where you might both think of leaving this. Okay, I'm gonna pause for the sound. Okay, so first of all, we have the World. Then we have the Ace of Pentacles. Then we have the Nine of Swords again. Ace of Pentacles again, Nine of Swords again, Queen of Swords again. This, yes, okay. This was worth the noise interruption. Okay, so let's start here. We have the World in your energy. What we're picking up is that you are in a transitional time. Something incredibly profound and big is happening for you. It is in your energy right now. It's not something that you have to hunt for. It's not something that's like off in the distance. It is here. It is present. It is close. There's a huge life transition coming for you, and it's going to be so good, and you're going to feel like you're dancing joyfully through it. It's going to feel wonderful. Like things that you have been thinking about, dreaming about, hoping about, praying about for so long are finally ready to be delivered to you, are finally ready for this transition to take place and for this to happen for you. I love it. All right, the Ace of Pentacles comes back in again. So, of course, we have the Ace of Pentacles here in our gold deck. That was telling me before that the two of you are really just continuously growing and understanding how much value you really truly have. This is telling me that you are starting to really see how much value you have and how much value this person has. That you're going to have a real enlightening moment of understanding, like, I am precious. Whoa, I really am worthy. I really do bring it all to the table. I really am a little pot of gold. I really am so worthy of the investment of another person. I really am so worthy of love. I'm worthy of it from myself. I give it to myself. I accept it with open arms, with open hands. There's something that is opening up for you, and a realization of how extraordinarily valuable you are is on its way into your life, which I love. Okay, now the Nine of Swords popping up here. Now this is so interesting because we pulled the Nine of Swords about your soulmate, about this person that they might have some obsessive thinking, that they might be ruminating on it. Now the interesting thing is that this is popping up in your pink deck energy, in your energy when we are asking about you. So first of all, this tells me that there's sort of like there's a little bit of a shared strain between you, that you both have a little bit of this penchant for obsessive thinking, for the thoughts that keep coming, that sort of keep you up, where you worry and you're not sure. I have a feeling, because you both have this natural inclination to do that together it will kind of nullify it for both of you, that you will both be a little bit more grounded than you are alone. That alone you're a little bit more of a ruminator, that you think of thoughts, you regurgitate these thoughts, they come and go, they come up, they keep you awake, they keep you worrying, but then together you somehow ground each other, and it just feels like, okay, I can go to sleep now. Oh, I love that. That kind of makes me feel a little emotional. Okay, it's time for me to rest. It's time for me to go to sleep now. I don't have to think anything else. I don't have to let it come. I don't have to. It's time to close my eyes and go to bed. And I feel safe to do that because of the person I'm next to. Ooh, we have the Queen of Swords again. Our decks are just delivering, aren't they? My goodness. All right, so the Queen of Swords, which we had in our gold deck, that this person feels about you, that you have that. You are so smart. You see your truth. You make decisions. They value your brain. They value your intelligence. They just value all of that you bring to the table. This is telling me that part of this relationship is about you growing into that even more. That this person's appreciation of your mind and your truth and your decision-making skills and your intelligence, your smarts, all of those things that they deeply value and appreciate about you, you are going to start deeply valuing and appreciating about you too. And that you will finally really be able to sit into this space of ownership, that I am smart, claiming it. I am, I see the truth. I understand things. I make great decisions. I am valuable. People come to me for sacred advice. My person who is so smart and so accomplished comes to me for sacred advice. That you really sit into a new ownership of your own power with this person. I am honestly not done with our pink deck. This pink deck delivered for us. We could just pull 2 more cards for you and your energy. I would love that. Yeah, so we have the Emperor and we have the Ace of Wands. So this is our second Ace card, although we played duplicates of our Ace of Pentacles. And then we also have the Emperor here. And the Emperor is very interesting to come up. This does not feel like your person's energy. This, it feels like it could be a competitive energy, but it could also be, there could also be a part of your person, or a part, this actually sort of feels like, yeah, like sometimes we get expectations and sometimes we get, we were talking about all of that earlier. We get these sort of controlling, it's more important how it looks on paper. It's more important the accomplishment of the thing, being able to say, I accomplished XYZ. This is where I am in life. It's more important to me that I've gotten married than the person that I'm married to. There's all these things that are kind of societal things, but the expectation of certain things. This feels kind of like this little gremlin that's, it could be inside of you, it could be inside of him, it could be inside of both of you, it could just be inside of your relationship that kind of maybe just wants to control things sometimes and wants to have the acknowledgement of the societal thing that, society sees this. I want this on paper. I want this for Instagram. I want this for, XYZ. So this is just telling you, hey, there's nothing wrong with those things. And there's nothing even wrong with, this little gremlin that wants to control things. Controlling things, it feels like a natural urge. It's just saying, just watch out for it. That this is not what actually controls you. That your person is your person, and that is the forefront, most important thing here. That you are with your person, regardless of how fast you move or what is on paper or how it looks or how other people perceive anything. The most important thing is the thing itself, not the appearance of the thing. And that does not control you and it does not control your relationship. And that's important for your person to sort of know and own as well. Okay, then we also have the Ace of Wands. So this coming in as our second ace, if we're not counting the duplicates. So new opportunities for creativities, for passion, for purpose. And I'm really feeling this as a sort of togetherness, that you are going to have new opportunities for passion and purpose that lie in your person's purview, that they are really passionate about certain things. They are really purposeful and driven in certain ways that are going to really inspire you and open up new opportunities for you. And that doesn't mean you can't claim it and make it your own completely new thing, but it could be something you share together as well. And also something that will just light you up and make you feel like you've got a lot of purpose in your life and make you feel very driven after certain goals. Because of this person in your life. I am loving this person and I'm loving this relationship. I'm loving a lot of aspects of this. This is so good, which makes sense because this is your soulmate. Okay, I want to pull a few clarifying cards. If you want to do a deeper dive, I am going to leave a link below. I love soulmate readings. I love diving into it. There's just so much good information to be had. All right, so we are taking a little look into some clarification energy. Now, what I want from this card is really for angels, guides, your higher self, whatever you feel called to ask for guidance, to open up guidance for you, for this person, on how to approach this person. Just really, it's anything that we need to know. We're not going to ask specific questions here for this moment right now. I just want to see what the cards want you to know, because the cards often do have a mind of their own, and there will be some important information here. But whatever the cards want you to know, what's important. And we pulled 4 cards, so 4 cards were really coming through. We have 2 reverse cards, 2 upright cards. We have the Moon reversed. We have the Ace of Pentacles. This is the 3rd time we are pulling the Ace of Pentacles. Boom. 3rd time. Oh my goodness. 2nd time we are pulling the 2 of Swords. 1st time it is reversed. 2 of Swords reversed. The Ace of Cups, our 3rd ace of the day. I love this ace. We're getting into feelings and emotions. So with the Moon reversed, this is the 2nd time we're pulling the Moon. Don't forget about our sweet little Moon, which was our first major arcana card in this whole reading. 3rd card in was the Moon, those secrets, the things that you don't get to know. It's vulnerabilities. Oh, it's hard to get beneath, to truly understand him, to get into the vulnerabilities. This is telling me, and this is your guides telling you, that, hey, we weren't sure when we first pulled it over. Like, maybe you'll never get to know the depths of this person. Maybe you'll never get to really truly understand the things that feel like secrets, that feel like they're hidden. Maybe you won't get to know the full vulnerability of this person. This is telling us, hey, you are. This person is going to open up to you in a way that you have never known any other person in your life. That you will be so vulnerable with each other, so exposed, so known, so shown. Like, it is all coming out into the sun. And the biggest things that feel the most vulnerable, which aren't even necessarily that big, they just feel big to us because they're part of our experience. Everything's coming out into the light between you two. So even if you feel like it's hard to get to know this person's really reticent to like really open up and be vulnerable with you, don't worry about it. I wouldn't worry too much about it. If you're sure this is your person, like, yeah, okay, we're gonna own this and just have patience. Have patience and know. Now, for the 3rd time, we are pulling the Ace of Pentacles. So much value. I really think this is saying, this is the kind of thing you can hold on to for the rest of your life. Once again, I feel a little emotional. That feeling of you can open your hands to this and feel safe letting this in. And remember that I mentioned that there was that 2 of Swords action happening earlier, that you would both have to make a decision, that there would be a point at which you might not know that this is your person, like, oh, we have to choose this because it doesn't feel like a natural, oh, absolutely, this is my person. It feels like, oh, but something else could be right. Is it this person? Is it something else? But then once you make the decision that you are really open-handed with it, and you also really recognize the depth of the value that you each have. So I think this is just really building on that there is like so much value between the 2 of you, that it is unreal. This is like storybooks. This is legends. It is deep. It is big. It is overwhelmingly good. Then we have the 2 of Swords reversed. So when we pulled the 2 of Swords before, that was this decision-making mode and this understanding that things are going to maybe not be 100% clear from the get-go, that this might be something that you actually feel like you are growing into, that there were some hurdles to get over, there were some moments of obstacles, there were some moments where you had doubts. Now, this tells me that I feel like this is coming in as a little bit of a warning to say that when this comes up, it is important for you both to actually decide. That this isn't a thing where you just don't decide. Like, it's okay to have the feeling of, oh, I'm not sure. I'm not completely, it's okay to get to a crossroads where you have to make the decision. That feels like it's completely like, hey, this is probably going to happen. So it's okay if you get there, and it's okay that that's what your soulmate ship looks like, and it doesn't look like heck yes from the first minute you meet. But this is saying, but you can't not make a decision. You must decide on each other. You both must make a decision. You must both at some point say, I am opening my hands to this. Now it is a heck yes. It is absolutely all systems go. And at some point, you do actually need to make a decision on it. It's not something you just wait on. You just never actually make the decision on it. It's okay to get to the point where you need to make a decision, but the decision must actually be made. And there is a chance that you both will just sort of not want to make a choice, and that could stagnate the entire thing. That feels dangerous for something that is so important, that like there could just be this hang up, and then you both kind of like get the ick because nobody's making a choice for the relationship. Ooh, I don't like that. I don't like that. Okay, now we have the Ace of Cups. Now the Ace of, it's important to know, but I don't like it. Now we have the Ace of Cups, and the Ace of Cups is telling me that we've talked about a lot of different things here, but we haven't talked a whole lot about your heart space. And this is saying the opportunities for your heart, for love, for deep, unfettered love, where it feels like your heart couldn't overflow anymore, that you couldn't love a human being anymore, that there isn't another person in this world that you wouldn't do something for. It is the potential for that kind of love that is here. And that is your guides and your angels saying, I know we haven't talked a whole lot about love and your heart space, and it's really important that you know that that's what this is all about. There are lots of other things that are really important for you to know, but the most important thing for you to know is that it is about overflowing abundant love for your heart, for his heart, and for the two of you together, and that will not be questioned. That will be understood. I love it. I love it. I love it. Should we pull one last card for you? I pulled one last card for our other group. So I'm going to pull one last card for you from our black deck, which we have not used. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a little shuffle and just pull one card for you just to see you off. And your one card is the Queen of Cups. Ooh, I love this. And I love this because we did have the Empress reversed earlier. We have that Queen of Swords. We know that you get to this space where you are so comfortable in your intelligence, you are so comfortable in your mind, you are so comfortable with your thoughts, your decision-making powers, your truth-seeing. This is saying trust your intuition, that you have a divine femininity that is deep. It is ocean deep. You have a capacity for love that is deep, that is ocean deep, that you have a lot of emotions. And whether you tap into those emotions or you try to use your rational brain and you try to rationalize things, they don't go away. They're not gone. They haven't disappeared. They still exist. They're still there. They're still out in your energy field. Tap into those emotions. Use your intuition. I would take 5 to 10 minutes once we finish just to start writing your intuitive emotional hits. Anything that's coming for you, just write it down for the next 5 to 10 minutes at a timer. That would be my homework for you if you choose to accept this sacred mission. There's so much good stuff here. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Yay! Love this video, like this video, but really love this video. And go ahead and comment below. I read all of the comments. I would love to read your comment. I would love to hear any information you want to give, whether it is vulnerable or not. I love vulnerable information. It touches my heart. And I will send you love behind any message that you send me. I'm just sending you so much love and so much light. I would love to hear about all of this. And I would love for you to come back after 5 to 10 minutes if you write down those intuitive hits, just to let me know if anything important comes up. Okay, I'm sending you off into the world, into your life. Mwah. I'll see you soon. Mia.